My humble greetings.
So, have you forged the sword?
I certainly have.
And?
It's wondrous. Even I can feel its power. I think this is my life's greatest work. I'll never make anything to match it. Do you want to buy it?
To buy? I thought it meant the world to you.
Well, yes. But now that I have it, it seems a shame to just leave it lying about. A sword such as this is for chivalrous deeds, and I'm no warrior. Goodbye. Greetings, good. God be with you.
I'd like to discuss the...
Well,
Is this enough?
well.
Yeah!
Good health.
Can we do something about the problem?
Well. Well. Aye. I'm glad to...
I was sent by Cornelius and King Charles.
I see.
Can you show me how...
Certainly.
I want to...
You can't become a monk.
Well...
What do you need?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah! Yeah!
Ah, watch where you're going, you lout.
Yeah! Yeah!
How about measuring our strength against each other, huh?
What's the matter?
I have a proposal.
I'm listening.
A little friendly comp.
Who are you, anyway?
Merchants hire me for protection. Would you dare to face?
All right, why not?
Excellent. I trust you have.
Aye, I have.
Fine, let's go.
Take that.
Damn it. You got lucky.
Yeah!
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Good to see you, lad. Sir Hanush told me you won his tourney. Good job, Henry.
I've returned from Merhoyed, sir.
How does it look there?
I brought them help from the monastery. Brother Nicodemus and Johanka from Skalitz. Fortunately, Nicodemus was able to cure the disease. Well, at least what he's doing looks promising so far.
Thank Christ. Some good news for a change. What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
Fortunately, he survived and I had a chance to question him.
What did you find out?
He was transporting the false coins to Pribyslavitz. He got them from some merchant called Menhart.
I don't know him.
Neither do I. But I know where the money's handed over. It's not far from Rovna, and this Menhart should be waiting there about now.
Excellent, Henry. We mustn't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. You go there and put pressure on this Menhart to tell us what he knows. Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Take care.
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robert, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir,
What is it?
sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again, and we must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son. The Lord be praised.
May I be of service, my...
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Fafar has been asking for someone reliable to assist him.
The chief engineer? Is it about Skalitz?
In a manner of speaking. Master Fafar has, well, evil forebodings. I think he may want to send you to the Skalitz mines.
Can they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt with enough will and resources. You'll get the details from Chief Engineer Fafar. For the time being, consider yourself his handyman.
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? He ought to be somewhere at Perkstein unless he's gone off to deal with some problem or other. Look around. You're bound to run into him.
Well, thank you.
Good luck, Hal. See you later. God be with you, lad.
Sir, I've been to Ujitz, and the parish priest there is very odd indeed.
Godwin? Aye, an intriguing fellow. He's the youngest son of one of the lords of Kuttenberg. He was sent to the university to become a priest, so when he finished studying, I imagine he had a pretty adventurous life. Good luck, then.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Get lost, or you'll have me.
Greetings. What business have you?
Master Fafar, Sir Radzig sent me to you.
Did he? He must think highly of you.
I do the best I can.
That's good, because this is damned important. Silver's our most valuable asset.
How can I help with these, evil forebodings of yours?
Sir Radzig may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered hereabouts, and no one is guarding the Skullets mines, the most likely source.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines? I would have thought that would be quite a job, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Which is why I'd like you to go and check out not only the mine gallery, but also the yard with the smelter and the waterworks. See what kind of state it's all in, and if anything looks suspicious.
Is that the yard next to the Skalitz mill?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now. There used to be a stock of charcoal and smelted silver there.
A silver store? Could there really be any left?
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it was still standing at all.
What about these waterworks? What's there?
A stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and equipment all around.
You said mine gallery. Just one?
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill by a small fish pond.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a scene there. All the indications pointed to it. So if anyone is stealing silver, it'll be right there.
Should I be expecting trouble then?
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing a pack of hungry dogs trailing the army, or a band of brigands.
I see. Well, you and Sir Radzig can rely on me. Well, I'd say there's real grounds for your forebodings. I heard from one Skalitz miner that someone may have found something there and didn't report it.
I knew it. That bastard Nemoy and his cronies. Christ above. I want the lot of them clapped in irons.
The lot of them? How many are there? A dozen? 2 dozen? How am I to arrest them all?
Yes. You're quite right. It'll be enough to take Nemoy. He's a serpent leading the others on the path of evil.
So I should look in the mine, and if anyone's there and I find Nemoy, I should bring him to you in irons.
Exactly. But proceed with caution. The punishment for stealing the king's silver is burning at the stake. Those people will be capable of anything if cornered, even murder.
That's all clear. I'll get going.
See you later. God be with you.
Hey! What the... Can I do anything to help?
I'm glad you're here, Henry.
What's happening, sir?
Uncle Sir Hanush sent for me. No doubt he wants to give me another ear-bashing about the error of my ways. And he said to bring you too.
Oh, Sakra. That doesn't sound good.
Indeed. I wonder what he wants to lecture me about this time. And you, because you're going with me.
All right, we should get going then, shouldn't we, Sir Hans? The sooner we get it over and done with, the better.
I suppose so. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. I don't want you making me look bad in front of Hanush. But I see it wasn't necessary. You look as smart as any courtier.
Thanks. I'll try my best.
So I see. But you can come and get those clothes later anyway. They're a little worn, but they're as fine as anything you'll get in the county.
Well, my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone.
Uncle.
My lord?
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can...
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were just...
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables, and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polnar. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson... Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's
sorry.
sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with the remnants of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wulfrin of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wulflin of Camburg, that name is familiar.
He's kin to the Oleshna lords, too, a cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. Their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. He got a report that Wulfrin pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair, after all. Maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
You won't believe it, Sir Hans.
You're a true warrior, Henry. Here, I have something for you.
It's very kind of you, sir. So, what do you think about...
Old Hannah, she's right about one thing.
I agree. I was...
Why would I? I finally have it right there. Hack.
But Sir Hanish said we should get...
And how else do you...
With diplomacy?
You can't parley with criminals. That would just... Enough talk. Ugh.
Fucking bandits. I'd much rather Why? Bandits are easier to defeat, aren't they?
Sir Hanish sent me, Captain. I'm to join your mission. And Sir Hans, too.
Then mount up, youngster.
Can I ask... Thank you. Can you teach me how...
Certainly.
I'd like to...
All right.
Isn't that quite... Is this enough?
It'll take more.
You're flaying me here.
Well, a little more, call it a deal. Agreed. Now listen up. Lord Capon, when we get there, I'd like you to hold back.
You can forget about that, Bernard. I'm not going on an outing. Hanish sent me to handle this matter, and handle it I will. I know what you meant, Captain. Forget it.
Very well, Your Grace.
Listen, Bernard. About this robber. I heard some rumors.
About his being a relative of mine, Helotus?
Something like that.
We have the same great-grandfather, Urban, Baron of Oleshna. Wolfen belongs to a distant branch of my family, which, well, let's just say they bring no honor to our name.
But I heard Wolfen of Camberg was hanged somewhere in Silesia after plundering the bishop's estate.
I heard the same, only, well, I'm sure you've heard what they say about the Camberg branch of my family.
That they're cursed. Now, Bernard, don't you think I'm a little old for the fairy tale?
Think what you like. But I heard it from my grandfather, and he never paid attention to old wives' tales.
I meant no offence, Captain. Well, tell me all about it then. After all, there's no smoke without fire, and I never heard about the Camberg clan from a member of the family.
Very well. At home, we always spoke in whispers about our Camberg relatives. When Wolfen's father, Wilhelm, came to visit, I'm almost ashamed to say it.
You can rely on my discretion, Captain. Carry on.
Well, the servants were so afraid of him that they went and hid in the barn. Father had them whipped. Even then, they wouldn't go near Wilhelm. They were afraid he cursed them. I couldn't blame them.
Why's that?
Wilhelm's face was so badly disfigured, folk would cross themselves when they saw him. I was afraid of him myself as a boy.
Was he wounded in war?
No, he was born that way. See, his mother, Countess Barbara of Hogwitz, didn't want to marry Wilhelm's father, my grandfather's brother. She never wanted to bear his children. So, when she fell pregnant, they say she went to a witch to get rid of the child. Only she ended up having quintuplets. Can you imagine it? 5 babes born in one night?
Jesus Christ!
That's not all. 4 of them didn't live till dawn. Only the 5th survived. He was disfigured. Wilhelm, they say the witch cheated her. And instead of getting rid of the child, she put the devil's seed inside her.
Good Lord, how dreadful!
Well, Wilhelm carried that with him his whole life. When his own wife was in childbed, he had 7 friars kneeling in her chamber day and night. It didn't stop the rumors, though. When his son, Wolfen, was born, he looked normal enough. But he turned out to be as wild as a stray tomcat.
It seems he hasn't grown out of it.
You're right about that. A few years ago, Wolfen went off to Poland, and Wilhelm got worse and worse. cursed everything and everyone in his past, starting throwing crockery at the servants. He's on his deathbed. He sent for a priest, not just to give him the last rites, but because they were afraid the devil would come out of him and possess someone else. Then later, Wolfen turned up, even though he was supposed to be dead for years. Folk said he was dead. That wouldn't stop the devil's spawn.
Sweet Jesus. It sounds a lot more convincing coming from you than the stories my nurses used to tell me. How are we supposed to deal with a monster like that?
Whoa! Vitus and Cyril. I sent them to scout ahead.
Those bastards will pay for this.
They most certainly will. Let's go. We have to make camp. Hamlin, we'll take 2 men and come back here later. I won't have Vitus and Cyril left as crow meat.
Yes, Captain.
How are you, Henry?
God be with you.
What do we do now?
First, we have to find out where those Horsons are holed up. According to the reports, they raided a few farms around here. So someone should go to those places.
Isn't it dangerous?
About as...
Yeah, I suppose you're right, sir.
One is uphill from Neuhoff, right by the woods.
Tell me, Captain.
They say blood's thicker than water.
So what's the cause of your...
Nothing in particular. Just that he's a ruffian.
How are you related?
Milota, Wolfen, and I have the same great-grandfather, Urban, Baron of Oleshna.
How do you mean cursed?
Like I said, Wolfen's grandfather married Countess Barbara of Hogwitz. She didn't want to, only instead of getting...
What, all at the same time?
All in one night. But only one of them lived till morning. The youngest, Wilhelm. And his face was disfigured. They say the witch...
And you believe that story?
Depends how you look at it. Wilhelm wasn't a bad man while he was in his right mind, but as for Wolfen, word came that he died in Silesia. Goodbye.
Good day to you.
Captain Bernard sent me.
What?
They raided your farm, didn't they?
No.
Something's not right.
The captain must have made a mistake.
I suppose so.
Farewell.
Good God. What happened?
Captain Bernard sent me.
Well, they came, took everything they could.
We're trying to catch up with that gang, so...
What do you want to know?
How many of them were there?
2 or 3.
Which way did they go?
I don't know.
So your husband was out...
Yes, he...
What did they take?
Not much.
So you're telling me they came here? You told...
More or less.
But just a while ago...
Ah.
So were you inside or out...
Well...
Look here, I'm not sure what happened.
No! It's just...
I'm the one who's bewildered. If we don't catch him, they'll be...
Lord gee.
So,
First,
that's exactly what I'm here...
they came a few days ago. I noticed one of...
Why would you help them?
They didn't behave violently towards...
Go on.
They rode off, and I prayed we'd seen the last. One of them had been wounded, and they wanted me to take a look at him.
I understand.
They didn't exactly threaten me. They didn't have to. But if they get...
Don't worry. Well... Begging your pardon, but are you soft in the head?
I know I should have told you.
I'll be going.
Good luck, then.
Another thing about...
What do you want to...
So you know where they're camped?
I won't go to their camp, no.
That'll do me.
Goodbye. I'm not going any further. If they saw me, I'd be done for.
Thanks. And don't worry. I'll deal with those bastards.
I pray you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
God preserve you, good night. Can I do something for you?
Captain Bernard sent me to find...
Those filthy cutthroats beat my husband black and blue. Poor Lumiere. He didn't want to let them get away with it, so he chased them as far as the woods. But they cut him down, and now I'm afraid he'll not live to see the light of day.
Did you see which way they went?
Along the track here, straight into the woods. My old man gave chase and fought with them by the old hunter's shelter.
You think he might have been bleeding enough to leave a track?
Maybe. Who knows?
What were they like?
Swine and lousy curs, that's what they were like.
That's not what I meant.
No, they weren't your ordinary footpads. They were well dressed.
I thought as much. Is there something I can do to help?
I fear only God Almighty can help him now. There is one thing you could do.
I'll see what I've got.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. I'm grateful. I'll go. I've nothing left here except a few groschen I buried down by the creek.
Keep it. You need it more than I.
Not everything, because you saved my dear.
Very well then. Thank you.
God be with you. Huh? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Why'd you ask?
I ask because I'm the gamekeeper here, and it's my job.
Well, I'm certainly not poaching.
In that case, you won't mind if I have a look what you've got on you.
Certainly. Go.
He was bleeding plenty. Should be easy to track him.
Hey.
More blood. Must be close. He was bleeding plenty. Should be easy to track him. More blood. Must be close. More blood. Must be close. More blood. Must be close. He was bleeding plenty. Should be easy to track him. Blood. This is the right way. More blood. Must be close. Blood. This is the right way. That looks like blood. That looks like blood. That looks like blood. This is the way. Looks like I found it. Another trace. They dragged him this way. Another trace. They dragged him this way.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Good day.
I have some...
Let's see. Good.
I found that encampment.
Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Is it far?
Not really.
How many men did you see?
About 15.
Shit. That won't be easy. Oh well, nothing to be done. Wolfen of Camberg must hang from the ramparts in Rattay.
Wouldn't it be better to parley with them, sir?
Parley with robbers? You must be out of your mind, lad.
Sir Hanush ordered me to avoid unnecessary casualties.
What are you trying to say?
I could go and parley with Wolflin. Even if it comes to nothing, I could have a good look at his encampment.
Bit of spying could well be of use, all right. Wolflin's a conceited bastard. If he knows you come from me, he'll receive you just for a chance to tell me to go to hell. I'll give you a livery with my coat of arms, so it's clear you're my messenger. And you'll have to go unarmed.
Thank you, Captain. I'll do my best.
I hope so. Try and come back in one piece. I don't want to explain to Sir Radzig why I sent his favorite into a robber baron's camp unarmed. See you later. Hey, you! What do you want?
I'm Captain Bernard's envoy. I'm here to parley.
Why should I trust you?
I'm unarmed. What harm can I do?
That's true. And you're wearing Sir Bernard's colors. Suppose I should take you to Sir Wolflin. But if you try any tricks, you'll regret it. Understood?
You have my word.
Who do we have here? What's your name, boy?
Henry. I'm a messenger from...
I know. From my beloved cousin, Sir Bernard of Aleshna. So, what exactly is your message?
camp life sure ain't easy. Fuck.
Why do you want to hurt the lords of Aleshna?
That bastard Milota stole villages that belonged to my father. I was in Poland when my father died, and Milota convinced everyone I was dead too.
But you came back though, didn't you?
Aye, I came back. But Milota bribed the priest to testify that my father... So they think I rose from the dead and I'm a warlock.
Fucking weather. Fucking
That's unfortunate.
tense, fucking
But surely
camp.
the courts of the king
Well,
wouldn't
enough of
believe a
shit.
story like that.
Maybe not. But the king's in captivity, and none of the nobles have time for courts. No one will hear my case, and by the time this turmoil is over, everyone will have forgotten about me.
I just want to eat and sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna
Fuck.
get soaked. What else is there to do here?
I heard some interesting tales about you. They say your family is cursed.
Ha! So Bernard's been telling those stories again.
So your father didn't have...
What? A twisted mouth? Aye. Looked like it was run over by a wagon. And he was born with 4 siblings.
What's that?
That my grandmother was one of 5 babes and her mother one of 4. That's how it goes in that family. And then that talk of the witch. Pah! My grandma couldn't wait to marry my grandfather and give him children.
We offer you safe conduct out of this domain if you leave everything you stole from Zahanish's subjects.
That's a very generous offer. But tell me, why should I accept?
So hungry I could eat my boots.
Your quarrel is with Milota, not with Bernard. And certainly not with Sir Hanush, whose estates you're pillaging.
So?
So leave Sir Hanish's domain and settle your differences with Milota elsewhere.
My quarrel is with everyone who helps Milota. And Hanush gave him refuge in Ratai.
Sir Hanush knows nothing about Milota's scheming. He offered a helping hand to a Christian in need, and for his pains, he has you pillaging his lands and murdering his subjects.
It's the times we live in.
You want justice? You think you deserve it? Then you should behave with honor yourself and leave here.
What good would it do me?
If you leave voluntarily, I'll tell Sir Hanush about Milota's deception. He's not going anywhere in his current condition, so we'll get to the truth in the end.
The devil take it. There's nothing here worth pillaging anyway. All right.
Should have stayed home.
I accept your offer. Tell your captain we'll move on.
And you'll leave the loot here?
We'll leave what's left. The food's already eaten. Better run along before Bernard loses patience.
Scrap to cheer me up. Eat and sleep. And fuck. Phil. Should have stayed home.
I've just come back from Wolflin, Captain.
And in one piece, I see.
I talked them into moving out. They even left the loot they plundered.
I don't know about letting them go like that. They'll be hungry. All you've truly done is send them on to rob our neighbors.
I don't think that will trouble Sir Hanush too much.
Maybe not, but it troubles me. They slayed 2 of my men and crippled my cousin.
I'm sorry about that, but I doubt your paths have crossed for the last time. It's just that this isn't the time for settling family quarrels.
True enough. Anyway, I'll warn the neighboring lords that those bandits are on the loose. Ride to Ratai and report to Sir Hanush.
Yes, sir.
Good luck then. Take care.
Well, Henry, it cost me a lot of effort, but it seems I've finally succeeded in making a half-decent warrior out of you. Anything I can do for you?
I went to parley with Wolflin.
So how did that go?
I convinced him to take his gang and leave.
Really? I knew you were no fool, but that's something else. You're a born diplomat, Henry.
I don't know about that.
Don't be so modest. God be with you.
Yeah.
Be merciful, good neighbors.
The Lord be
I
praised.
lived like you did.
What brings you to me?
Was burned to ashes.
I have news from the camp, Sir Hanush.
Speak.
I persuaded Captain Bernard to let me parley with Wolflin.
Bernard agreed. I'm surprised.
So was I. I promised Wolflin safe conduct out of your territory on condition he leave all the loot behind.
Well, at least we cut our losses. Although Bernard will have a thing or two to say about how I lost face for a few groschen.
Well, at least you lost no men, sir, and that's worth something.
True enough, lad. No doubt Wolflin will come to a bad end anyway. I must say, Henry, after all that's happened recently, I'm glad something finally turned out well.
So am I, sir.
and I think you deserve to be rewarded for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.